welcome back to Gone Outdoor Radio. You're listening on Kello News Talk or KWSN in South Dakota or the mighty 790 in Fargo, Moorhead, and surrounding communities. Scotty Brewer, Kyle Agri, Brewer Agri Outdoors, and we're going to chat with a friend of ours. He's been a friend for a long time, Mr. Brad Hawthorne, Hawthorne's Guide Service. How you doing, Brad?
Pretty good. How have you guys been?
We've been pretty darn good. I don't want to speak for Kyle, but I think he's been pretty good too. If it wasn't for technical difficulties we have occasionally, he's been very, very good. So you spend a lot of your time, and I don't know how much, if it's 50% of your time, 90% of your time, or whatever it is, out on Mille Lacs Lake. How's Mille Lacs been this fall?
This fall has been, well, it's amazing, right? The thing about Mille Lacs is everyone pays attention. They're always paying attention to Mille Lacs because it truly is. It's the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul's playground. And what we haven't seen up here for the last month, ever since this bite started, was a lot of people. Last weekend, there was a fair number of people out, but they were fishing community spots, and everyone was catching fish. Now, the bite all summer was slow. Like, we started out in the spring, really good, 25, 50 fish a day. And then we slid into mid-June, end of June, and the bait erupted in the lake, and it took us all summer to eat that down. And now we're sitting where you can shine on, if you shine on 50 fish, let's say you start at 7 and you shine 50 fish, you're going to catch 20 of those fish, which I think anytime you get over 25, 30% of fish that you're shining on and you're catching them, I consider that ridiculous.
That's a good day.
It's a really good day. The ones that don't bite, you just kick trolling motor back up to 10, move on to the next one. The interesting part is that you don't have to go far to find fish. The DNR is not lying about the lake being absolutely full, and I mean full of walleyes. It's a different dynamic right now. You can go out there and drop your trolling motor right out in front of any access in 12 to 20 feet of water, and you will mark walleyes. The thing about it is you have to look around, tilt your transducer up and look at the surface 5 to 10 feet below and see if you're marking a lot of bait. If you're marking a lot of bait, I kick up to 10 until I'm out of there and I'm not marking bait, and then those fish seem to bite better into that 50% biter ratio. But it's not hard finding fish. And that's the fun part, is to go out here and be able to just pick a spot, put your trolling motor down, and start throwing jigs at fish. It's a simple approach. I mean, I'm using a heavier jig. Some of the guys are still using 1/8 and 3/16. I'm using a 1/4 because I'm just bombing that thing right on their nose, twitching it a couple times. And I mean a couple times, 2 or 3 times. If they're not biting, I'll pull it forward a foot or two. And if nothing happens, I'm reeling up to the next one. And I'm not doing anything fancy with that jig approach. 1/4 ounce tungsten jig. And I'm using black or silver. That's kind of my go-to the last week. And I'm either skull hooking a sucker or skull hooking a chub on there. I mean, this is a utilitarian, get it down there quick and get a reaction bite. You don't need to be too fancy with the way you hook a minnow or with fancy colors. You just got to get it in front of them.
Hey, Brad, when you think about fall fishing with minnows, it's sucker minnows, chubs, whatever it is, a lot of guys historically have done that Lindy rigging. When you're hooking that minnow to a jig and it's a bigger minnow like that, you're getting, as you said, a reaction bite. Do you have to feed that fish or give them a little time to get that minnow where you can set the hook, or do you just plant it right in their face right away?
So I'm planting it in their face. So if you imagine the jig's falling down and you're watching it go down, and you're at a mark, and a lot of times you'll see that mark come over to you or advance towards you. And so I'm slack line when I'm on the bottom. So I cast it out, jig hits the bottom, then I slowly try to find my jig. And you guys know what a 1/4 ounce jig feels like. Anything more than that, they're getting banged. Like I'm setting that hook bang right away if I feel anything. And so whether or not that fish hit it on the way down and I didn't see the line jump, or if the fish bit it right away, or whatever it was, I would say I'm giving them no more in any situation, no more than 3 or 4 seconds.
Hmm. Interesting. So, Brad, you said that the lake is absolutely chock full of walleyes, which is what the DNR says, which I believe is why they changed the regulations a little bit, allowing people to keep a few more. What are
Yep.
the regulations right now?
Basically 17 and over, and 17 and over, three fish, basically of any size, as long as they're over 17 inches. I mean, you can go out here and keep 3 24 inches if you want right now. I mean, not many people are going to do that, but that's that's what some people are doing. And the night trollers are doing exceptionally well. There's guys that are going night trolling. They wait till the sun goes down, they go out for an hour, and they have their limit. I mean, that's how good it is right now.
So, is there a sunset on that regulation? I mean, once the ice season starts, is it going to drop back down or is it going to continue on?
Yeah, we reset every year. We reset on, I believe it is December 1st. So they will have the fall gill net catch rates or gill nets in and assessments in, and then they will base this winter on it. I don't see a change. If they do change it, I think the slot will stay the same. Will either be 2 or 3 fish going into winter, or will be, let's say we're at 2 fish, they'll probably bump it up to 3 or 4 if they don't start there, just because, I mean, we know what we know. We all know that less walleyes are caught in the winter, period. So it'd be kind of foolish of them to think that there's going to be an abundance of walleyes that come out in the short winter season. I mean, you're
Yeah.
talking, I mean, gosh, I mean, in actual days of that season is going to be maybe 60 days, so I have a
So,
hard time believing that there's a ton of fish going to come ripping out of that lake.
So, Brad, we only got about a minute left. What are your early ice predictions? I mean, is this killer bite going to keep going right on through early ice?
Yeah, so my prediction is going to be very positive. We're going to have a killer bite. We're going to be doing 25, 30 fish a day all the way through the second or third weekend in January. And then the walleyes are going to slow like they always do. Like, you're still going to be able to catch them, but it's going to shift to more of a night bite. And then people are going to start to targeting those jumbo perch that the lake is absolutely full of those too. So it's going to be, my prediction is it's going to be the picture perfect ice fishing year. For guys that want walleyes, come that first 3 4 weeks of the season, and the guy that want mixed bag, come early, come late, and enjoy the perch.
All right, Brad. So, let's try this. You've been fishing this for a long time. Let's see how you can test Mother Nature. If people are planning a trip, an early trip, when do you think that they will actually be able to get out on the lake?
I'm going to say December 22nd by foot, or maybe possibly snowmobile ATV. I'm going to say December 22nd.
Perfect. This is Brad Hawthorne, Hawthorne's Guide Service. We're talking about Mille Lacs Lake. Get up there, give Brad a call. He'll get you out there. Brad, thank you very much for coming on Gone Outdoors.
God bless, guys. Talk to you soon.
Special thanks to our Gone Outdoor Show sponsors, Ray Sport Marine, Adventure RV, Lakeland General Store, Devils Lake Tourism, Linex of Fargo, Onyx Fish Midwest, Ion Alpha, and Glacial Lake Snow Bear. Thank you for tuning in to today's Gone Outdoors. Follow along when you're on the water, in the field, with Gone Outdoor Podcasts at kfgo.com, kwsn.com, kelo.com, Apple Podcasts, or on Spotify. You can always find us at breweragrioutdoors.com and on social media. Until next week, from Scotty and Kyle, we'll be Gone Outdoors. Looking for somewhere to get all your fishing information in one place? Onyx Fish Midwest has something for you. Search for new fishing areas with filtering features such as species, abundance, trophy potential, lake survey info, regulations, and area insights are just a click away.
Getting to your target lake has never been easier with access points and public land ownership clearly marked on Onyx Fish. Mark and customize waypoints and weather for your exact location. Use code BA Outdoors to get 20% off Onyx Fish Midwest at onyxmaps.com.